on Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, a good one in store. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions.
What pride on your feet. And welcome Dan Campbell and your two-time defending NFC North champion, Detroit Lions.
Mike Tirico, Greg Oltz are ready to get this one going. Jake Bates set to get it started. And off we go from Ford Field. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is. Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
Once again, it's ETN. Down the sideline, past the 40. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
At this point, Mike, it's clear this defense just doesn't have a lot of answers right now for this run game. A combination of the job being done up front by the offensive line and the big playability of this running back.
That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
First down,
give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down. Patrick motioning here. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Man, it's Thomas. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zone. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball is going to go. I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Hank Bigsby, touchdown, Jacksonville. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
comes on now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead.
Lions nothing.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions, remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. Second in passing yards in the NFL.
And we all know how talented this guy is, Mike, right? From the physical sense, that's obvious. But what really separates him, and it really came through when we had a chance to talk to him this week, is really his ability to operate from the neck up. His processing speed, his decision-making. It seems like he's always one step ahead of the defense. And when he's on, he's proven to be really hard to beat.
Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the
I think this is something that we can
line.
expect to see here, especially early, Mike, as this team gets into a rhythm. They want to lean on this run game. They feel like they have a lot of advantages over this defense, and you can see from the first play here why they feel that way.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give him 10 more on that one, and another first down.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
No gain on the play.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Now Gibbs. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. That's Darnell Savage up from the secondary to make the stop.
39-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 5.
Third and 5. From the gun, it's Goff. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
On fourth down, that brings Jake Bates out for the Lions field goal. That one is good. The Lions are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10.
The Jaguars offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll begin with first and 10. Lawrence to throw. This one caught by Patrick. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to, what they call.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Aiden Hutchinson gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up third down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down.
And the Jaguar first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. This one caught left side. That's Strange.
Complete to Brenton Strange. He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 8. Now here's Lawrence. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The whole idea of that short pass is designed to get the ball into the hands of the receiver in space and let him do the rest after the catch. But the key word there, Mike, is get the ball into the hands of the receiver. He doesn't secure the catch, so there is no run after.
He'll find his tight end. It's Strange. 2nd time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one.
First down, Jaguars.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go play action for Lawrence. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
So it is 4th down, and they'll bring on Cam Little for this Jaguars field goal. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars go out to a 10-3 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Little
So
to kick
after the
off
field
for the
goal, back out
Jaguars.
is Little to kick this one away. Reynolds now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard
Lions
line.
take over first and
The
10.
Lions offense ready
their
for
own
their
26-yard
second
line.
possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. They hand it to Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Second and 10. First carry for David Montgomery. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Motion.
Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one
Delay
off
of game.
on top.
Offense. Still first down.
Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
Now a pitch to Montgomery. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Darnell Savage on the tackle.
All the qualities that make
No
a
gain on
good
the play.
safety are
Makes it
seen on
third
display
and
on this
2.
play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. Montgomery, first down, still going. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
That's good.
They get
for
24
the Lions.
on that one. First down, Detroit.
First and 10. at the
Third down and
31-yard
short. You
line.
decide to hand the ball off. What you're really telling yourself is just pick up enough yards to reset these downs. But in this case, the back had a whole lot more in mind. He saw the crease, and he hit it, and it led to a big gain.
They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Played on the stop.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
One quarter in the books. 10-3 is our score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Lions ball to begin the second quarter. They've got it second down and 11. Laporta in motion. On play action. Goff. Down the field. He's got safe ground. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
On the handoff, it's Montgomery. And he will get into the end zone. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions.
Now, remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions will tie things up. It's now 10-10. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Washington now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. So they go backwards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Lawrence. He's got a man. That's Travis Hunter. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Down the field, but it falls incomplete. Travis Hunter was the intended target. And it's going to lead to a 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
The Lions offense. And their running back set to go once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And he'll get only a yard before he's out of bounds, and that's going to set up a 3rd down.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense. And They've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Goff to St. Brown for a big one. It's a gain of 34.
Lions. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Once he saw the defense, he knew that outbreaking route was going to be there. All he had to do was wait for his guy to get to the spot and drop the ball right in the bucket near the sideline.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working free downfield. It is Williams. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and a fresh set of downs.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Laporta in motion. On 2nd down, Goff. And is caught left side by St. Brown. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4. And bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
just
6.
A simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. That's taken in by Khalif Raymond. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's not going anywhere. Stuck behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that 4th down stop.
Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receivers knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to 2. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to be fourth down.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Gives it to Gibbs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2.
All week long, they stress, Mike, that we have to get as many defenders to this ball carrier as possible. They know he's going to make some guys miss. He's going to be hard to get on the ground, but you can see the effect of rallying to the ball as it had here. They're able to take him down, and they're able to do it for a loss.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Third down and
Anytime
11.
you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch, and instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away, then become a runner.
After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. So on fourth down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. Parker Washington awaits for the Jaguars. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Jaguars offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Faking the give. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 9. In motion comes Thomas. Is caught out wide on the RPO. He's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got 3rd down coming up.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he is on to punt for Jacksonville. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. shotgun. It's Goff. This pass complete to Raymond. He's going to be marked down up around the 33. It's a nice start to the drive, a gain of 10, and a quick first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
They'll go play action with Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
Second and 10.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Throwing on second down. Goff. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And it'll be third down. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. From the gun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And that is incomplete.
We're not going to sit here, Mike, and throw the guy a parade for ultimately what was an incompletion, but can we just take a second to appreciate the arm strength he was able to show there? I mean, I think that ball's over 60 yards in the air, and I would be surprised if they continue to just air it out and see if they can complete one of those.
Here's Jack Fox now, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Jags offense getting set to get back to work. This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. Throwing is Lawrence. This one hauled in by Thomas. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
And a Jaguar.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think you'd be able to corral. You can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
So the receiver does everything right, except for the most important part. He runs a nice route, great separation downfield, but now you just got to finish that thing off with a catch.
Here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for ETN. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Here's the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. Raymond gonna return it, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
First and 10.
The Lions offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
The Lions ball their first time out. Talk things over before third down. Goff to throw. That's caught. Outside. It's complete. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
Yards on the play.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So, big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
Detroit's going to use their second timeout to get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Laporta in motion. To throw is Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. He'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's the third and final timeout for the Lions. They'll stop the clock at 24 seconds to go until halftime. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Here's Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
That's caught by Gibbs. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you, my friend. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of this second half. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. Khalif Raymond to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Lions offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
2nd and 11. Goff to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Laporta in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown. Amon-Ra gives the Lions a first down.
That's good for a Lions. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Surging forward for a pickup of 6. 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
This is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down, and in this case, they do it for a loss.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
And the Lions first down.
Offensively landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. On the ground, this is Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And that one not returnable, out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Jaguars offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Low-scoring game, all tied, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. Now here's Lawrence. That's complete to Etienne. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Good work to get the first down, and Greg, maybe good fortune that they're able to keep possession after the fumble.
And I know where his mind is, Mike. He's so focused on getting that first down, which he does a great job getting, but it can't come at the expense of protecting the ball. Now, in this case, he's very fortunate. He loses the ball, but it ends up going out of bounds.
Lawrence out to Hunter. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A 6-yard pickup.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. This one caught by Patrick. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He will have the Jaguars first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Thomas Jr. It's a gain of 8, and it brings up 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he will have the first down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that first down.
You could see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on 3rd and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. Get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Amik Robertson on the stop. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Lions' 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Back to throw. Lawrence. A throw there on 2nd down. Going to be incomplete.
You certainly don't want to be wasting downs at this stage of the game, but with nothing open, I can't really blame him. There was really nowhere to go with the ball. You don't want to start throwing into tight coverage, and he just has to simply throw that one away.
3rd and 7. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. Here's Gibbs, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
On the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. Up the sideline at the 35. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. That one good for 29.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Laporta in motion. On first down, it's Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
A toss to the right. Here comes Gibbs. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Now a 3rd and 2. Laporta in motion. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short.
Still 3rd down.
So from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. This will be from 56 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions going to take the lead. It's now 13 to 10. All right, Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Bigsby to return it. Man. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense headed back to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Second down, Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
3rd and 10. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable, and as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Laporta in motion. Now Gibbs. Ooh. He's inside the 40, inside the 20, and he will finally be taken down. How about that? A really big play as the final one here in the 3rd. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. 1st down and goal. Montgomery, and he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
This defense knows the importance of this
3-yard
drive.
line.
They have to keep this game at 1 possession. That's a great start there on 1st down.
Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Jaguars 10.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Bigsby to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. Motioning here. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep, pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Lawrence now. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. And the defense isn't going to let him wiggle out of that one. They force him out behind the line of scrimmage.
He's forced out of bounds.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Third down and 13.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
Good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Jaguars offense back onto the field for their next possession. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And that leg going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
25-yard line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
To throw is Lawrence. Open right side. That strains the tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
And it's third down.
Throwing is Lawrence. That'll be caught. It's Hunter. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get 25 on that connection. First down, Jacksonville.
Jaguars.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
A gain of 12.
Give them 12 on
And the
that one.
Jaguars
They are
first
on the
down.
march. Another first down. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a
Delay of
delay.
game. Offense. Still first down.
Lawrence. There's Hunter. It's complete. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
A gain of 11 brings up 2nd and 4 at the Lions' 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 4. Now Lawrence. It's a short one. He's got strange. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
This play is actually really
down,
well defended
Jacksonville.
here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
ETN now on 1st and 10. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up 1st and goal.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Play action now. It's Lawrence. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Intended for Brenton Staley.
Down in here in the low red zone, Mike, these windows are just so short. The field's a lot wider than it is deep, so it really changes the scheme and the progression of the quarterback, and nowhere really to go with the ball, and falls incomplete.
To throw is Lawrence. That's hauled in at the 2, and he will score. Game on.
Touchdown,
Ryan
Jacksonville.
Thomas. Touchdown, Jaguars. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Little on now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead, now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Reynolds now on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Williams in motion. Quick throw here is complete. Close to a 1st down. A gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and a yard. They hand it to Gibbs. And that should be enough. Works his way forward to pick up a 1st down.
It's a gain of a yard.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Laporta in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. The 2-time Pro Bowler, Josh Hines Allen, in there for the sack, worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the 1st sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Goff. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in back. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
After that 1st down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on 2nd down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
To throw is Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And the Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And at this stage of the game, every 1st down gets them 1 step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Throwing on 2nd down. Goff. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
2 receptions for him on this drive. This one, good for 16 yards.
1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. The hold closes quickly. They'll pick up about 3. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. A minute 57 to go in the game. They face second down and 7. Williams in motion. They'll drop to throw. Quick slant caught by St. Brown. And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
That's another
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is first and goal. Throwing here is Goff. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Out of coverage. Excellent there. It'll bring up second
Leads to
and goal.
second and goal.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Another one from the 5. Second down and goal. Goff to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield.
Now third and goal.
And now it's third and goal.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
It is brought in the end zone. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Bates now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Lions tack on one more to their lead.
Score Lions 27, Jaguars 17.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. They'll come up for first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from your quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incomplete. They're just still not quite on the same page.
They'll come up now for second down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the time. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
The sound deafening in the dome. It's third down. They go play action for Lawrence. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down.
Not the biggest gain in the world, Mike, but what I really like from the quarterback is just the timing of the drop, the timing of the delivery, and hopefully this can jumpstart this offense in the right direction.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Pass caught by the tight end, Strain.
Lawrence's pass.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
A gain of 12.
It's a gain of 12 there. That's good for a Jaguar. First down. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Second down, Lawrence. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down.
And it's third down.
Here's Lawrence. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field. But they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence. Over the middle, it is Strain. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. It's going to be some points here at the finish line. This is a touchdown. They've fought till the end, but still will come up short.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
So it's a win here for the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.